Hey people, it's Dan Larson again. Today I want to talk about a little different thing because I just heard this news that Soundcloud changed its policy and reduced the bitrate of the streaming audio quality, because previously it was 128 kilobits per second MP3 and now they reduced it to 64, and people started complaining about, oh no, what is happening now, they reduced the bitrate, it was already so crappy, so let's leave and go to Mixcloud and stuff. So I decided to go after this whole stuff, this whole news. What do we get when we use this reduced bitrate? Because people probably, I assume, that they didn't read the full news, that they changed the codec too, so they are not going to use MP3 anymore, but they are using the Opus codec. So what I did here is I downloaded from this side the Opus tools. This is for Windows or OS X, or even you can download the source, it is not really important. So I decompressed the whole files into a folder, and in Fubar 2000 I can use it as an encoder. So if you right click on that, you can use it to convert to Opus. So if you're interested, I can show you how I made it. So what I did here is I decompressed all the files what I found in a zip file into my program files folder. And in Fubar 2000, if you right click on a file, I made this little noise, as a test file. So if you right click on that, you can go to convert. You can click on the triple points like this. There are several presets I made here, so let me just start it from scratch. You can go to default, double click default, go to output format, choose wave, add new, and choose custom, and select your encoder, what I copied into my program files into the Opus audio codec, and choose the Opus encoder, opusenc.exe file. The extension should be Opus, and use these tags: quiet, bitrate 64. And this is all. You can choose the highest BPS to 32, and let's name it to Opus version 2 because this is a test, and the bitrate should be about 64. And this is all we are doing now. If you click on OK, we are having this Opus version 2 preset basically. What we can use if we save it, like create a new preset, Opus v2. So let me double check it by double clicking on the Opus version 2 preset, going to output format, Opus version 2, edit, and everything seems to be alright. Okay, so let's go convert Opus version 2, and let's copy it, or let's convert it onto my desktop, like noise, Opus. Okay, it was pretty fast. Let's make the same with MP3, even 64. So let's say MP3 64, MP3 64, and let's compare it to the original previous bitrate, which was, MP3 128. MP3 128 kilobits per second. So let me open them. Open audio files on my desktop. Noise, noise, noise. Okay, and the last one, this one was the original file, the wave file. So the 64 bit per second sounds like this. 128 sounds like this. Even the 128 kilobits per second version is pretty compressed. I'm sure you can hear the difference between the 64, which is just, unlistenable. But the 128 is still too compressed. But checking at the Opus, which is 64 kilobits per second, I'm sure you can still hear the difference. The Opus version is a lot cleaner than the MP3 128. It still has that very, very glitchy, kind of overcompressed MP3 artifact, what you can hear especially on the tops, on the high end. But the Opus seems a lot cleaner. So let me check the spectrum. And let's compare it with the wave one. I'm sure you can already see that the wave, so you can see that it has this little fade out on the spectrum, so the very high frequencies has a lot less energy. Now in the MP3 version, you can see that a lot of harmonics, a lot of frequencies are missing. But in the Opus one, we are having a lot closer sound than the original wave 5 was. Still has a little artifact on the very highs, but it is a lot closer than the 128 version was before. So people, don't be afraid, this is going to be a big quality improvement in on SoundCloud, so I think you don't need to worry more about it. We are happy to wait for this change, and I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration on what we get in the new SoundCloud encoder. So see you next time, guys, bye bye.